to 50 Movies in 50 Weeks. I'm your host, Joey Hollywood, and I'm trying to get through all 50 movies in this 50 movie box set in 50 weeks. Did I say that wrong again? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm not saying it again, because we don't do second takes on this program. So, I'll try to get into the movie pretty quickly. It's crazy. I actually have received like 50 subscribers in the past month, which blows my mind. For all you newcomers, thanks for the subscription. I got better stuff planned for the future, and that kind of brings me to kind of what's been going on. So, I was trying to get these 50 movie things done very quickly. I was trying to watch them all in advance and just set them on timers so I could work on my puppet show and my cooking show and revamping Joey's movies, which was my big series from back in the day. I wanted to bring all that stuff back, and I was prepping it. And I wanted to get 50 movies done out of the way so I had plenty of time to work on those things, because those things require scripts, a lot of editing. Alright, so as you may know, the wheels keep falling off of Midnights on a Drive-In, my puppet show. We have yet another setback. Not as bad of a setback as previous ones. We just got to recast another person. But luckily all those scenes are isolated, so it's not that big of a deal. It does really, really suck though. And it's pushing the show back another 6 months. Which I wish I had $100 every time I had to push the show back 6 months. But I also wanted to prep the cooking show, and I had watched a bunch of these. I had watched a ton of these. I'm not sure how many. I think I didn't watch them all, but I watched a lot. And I was just going to burn through them. The next day, I wake up and I can't move. I'm not joking, I'm disabled. What I suspect happened is I pinched a nerve right here, and the pain shot up my neck, down my back, into my shoulder, and into my elbow. I could not move. Physically just all crinkled up. I missed a week of work, and it wasn't getting better until someone gave me some muscle relaxers, and they were like, these muscle relaxers will screw you up. Only take half of them, and only take them at night. And every time I took one of those muscle relaxers, I woke up the next day with a little less pain. But I missed an entire week of work, which screwed me financially because I just made I was trying to... I run my finances like 6 weeks in advance. So I was like, okay, I'm going to make some risky decisions here. I'm going to pay off a lot of these bills. But I'm going to be so happy when I do it that I did it later. And because I did that, which I thought was smart at the time, which it was not apparently, I just screwed myself over for like a month. I'm now and when I came back to work, after being gone for like a week, I was still kind of like this. And I was so behind on my work because this happened like right after I went on vacation. And gosh, I was stressed out going to work. I was stressed out about my finances. And then I had to edit these videos. And I got to tell you, what hurt worse than going back to work was sitting at my computer and using the mouse and keyboard to edit these videos. And these videos are not difficult to edit at all. Yeah, it was rough. So now I'm coming back to the movie. I go to sit down to record the movie reviews, and I can't remember a thing. So many things have gone wrong in the past month. Thank goodness I recorded some in advance already, because I wouldn't have been able to. I think I was a day late on one of these videos. Not because I didn't record it, it was just I physically couldn't sit in that chair and edit. When I did edit that one, I edited with my left hand because it was easier on my back. It was crazy. I'm feeling a lot better now. I don't know what happened. Honestly, I'm 33 now, so maybe I'm feeling the curse of the 30s now. Yeah, I just woke up disabled. And I don't mean that lightly. There was a point where I thought, like, am I ever going to be okay again? It was pretty dramatic. But with that out of the way, yes, I have a lot of cool things planned, but this has that injury, whatever happened, has screwed me up for quite a long time. I don't know how. I don't think my big comeback to YouTube is going to happen in January because of all the setbacks, the financial, the time I'm not going to get back. I don't know. I'm going to try, though. I'm going to try. Maybe it'll be a soft comeback, and then I'll have like a hard comeback, maybe in July or something. I don't know. But for now, we're doing 50 movies in 50 weeks. I'm so sorry I wasted all that time talking about that, but I figure if you're watching this stuff, you're expecting some segues, some updates. So without further ado, let's talk about today's movie, which I've already forgotten the name of. The Purple Death from Outer Space from 1940. So this is a Flash Gordon movie. And like I said, I watched all these like a month ago and I've forgotten everything about them. This was one I forgot literally everything about. I just remember it was Flash Gordon. Couldn't remember any plot points. So what I did before recording this video is I just had it on the TV and I was cooking, cleaning, and just catching bits and pieces of it because it just sucks that I have to watch all these again because I don't remember a lot of them. But this one, it's Flash Gordon. It's a Universal production. Very excellent production values for the time. It's one of the better Flash Gordon things I've seen. I've seen mostly the TV series of Flash Gordon, the original black and white one, and weirdly enough, the Sci-Fi Channel one from like 2009, 2006. And I didn't grow up with the movie with the Queen soundtrack. When you say Flash Gordon, that's usually what people think of. Not me. I think of these like dollar store DVDs that have like episodes of the Flash Gordon TV show, not the serials. Not the significantly more popular stuff. I think of that for some reason. What I view as like maybe like the best Flash Gordon thing I've seen might not be an opinion or a viewpoint that is, you know, worth listening to because I'm a novice when it comes to Flash Gordon. Well, I guess not many people have seen the TV show. I guess I don't know. Anyways. Enough of that ramble. I liked it. I liked it a lot. The story starts off with like there's a what's his name? Ming? Yeah, it's Ming. Ming has released this disease that's like causing people to die, and when they die, they have a purple dot on their forehead because that's the disease, and it's very, very silly. It feels a lot like the TV show in that way. Because one thing I specifically remember in the TV show is it's supposed to be in the future, but everything looks like the present day. Like they're like, oh yes, we gotta send Flash into the space, and we're gonna do a bunch of space stuff. But down on Earth, it just looks like the 40s or whenever this came out. Yeah, 40s. So that's something that I found kind of funny. I do know in some versions he's a football player. Can you hear that? I'm gonna have to stop the recording because someone's car alarm is going off. See you in a minute. Okay, sorry about that. They're apparently drag racing by my house and they're setting off car alarms. So, anyways, yeah, so that's the plot. They send Flash to go figure out what's going on. It's full of wonderful miniatures and special effects. These things are the things that always bring me to these sci-fi things from like the past. I love stuff like Rocky Jones, Flash Gordon, Captain Video, Buck Rogers. I love that stuff. Just from an aesthetic viewpoint. I don't really care about the lore. I know some people are very particular about the lore with these things. I just like the aesthetic of it. Like, all of it's interchangeable. I am partial to Rocky Jones, but yeah, I like it. I'm actually in a throwback to the style of movies and serials. It was called John Neptune. I'm actually not sure how much I can say about it. I'm basically an extra in it. I actually asked. He was doing some cast. The guy who made it was doing some casting, and I was like, "Hey, I'd love to come back." And he goes, "Oh, well, you were already in it." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I was like this big on the screen." I don't know when that's coming out. I wish it was almost done, and then, well, I'm not sure how much I can say about it. The guy who made the movie asked me to take down my video talking about it. Because he has to do like extensive reshoots on it for reasons I'm not sure I can talk about. But I'm in a movie. I'm in a movie, a sci-fi movie that's like Flash Gordon called John Neptune. And if you blink, you will most likely miss me because I'm that big. But I'm in it, and one day it's going to come out, and I'm going to be super excited about it. I'm going to get it on Blu-ray or whatever. But yeah, I love this stuff. Man, I wish that was still on. I wish like the trailer for that was still on YouTube. I'd show you clips from it, but I don't think I'm allowed to. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. One of the better Flash Gordon things I've seen. I would definitely recommend watching this one. Shoot, I feel like I've talked about everything but this. Let me check my notes. I wrote notes on this like 6 months ago. No, not 6 months ago. It was more like a month ago. But let's see. I already talked about the plague, the purple death that leaves the purple dot on the forehead. They go to planet Mongo, which I think is where Ming is from. Yeah, where evil Emperor Ming is. Is Ming supposed to be in yellowface? I never quite really understood his aesthetic, because he doesn't look like Asian, but he's got like yellow face like aesthetics on him. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Flash Gordon fan, but yeah, I was like, I remember that when I was watching it the second time, I was like, yeah, is that offensive? I don't know. If there's any Asians in my comment section, is Emperor Ming offensive? With robot-controlled armies and brainwashing. Gosh, I just watched this and I don't remember any of this stuff. I guess I'm not selling this movie because I watched it twice and I don't remember anything in my own notes. Well, anyways, I think I liked it despite not remembering anything about it. I do remember the next two movies a lot better. I did rewatch those as well. Sorry this review kind of sucks, but given the conditions, it's the best I can do, and I think giving that update is pretty important. When I upload this video, I'll try to remember to title it movie review and update. That way you don't feel suckered. But yeah, I'm sorry for how scatterbrained this whole thing is. Like I said, it's been a crazy couple of weeks to a month. But that's it for now. I'll see you next week. Remember, please be kind and rewind.